Welcome to the Cybertronic Containment Center, a place where experiments 000, 626, 502, 523, 344, 276, and 221 will be held in custody. Along this tour you will see the experiments themselves, and I will explain why their cell has specifically built for them. Okay, for the first experiment, 000, or Cyborg, his weaknesses are water, in which he will chemically react with his fine metals to create rust. Electricity hurts, but will be quite useless due to the fact he is a conductor. Therefore, his room will have a reinforced metal along with titanium, which will send out water and jolts of electricity coursing through his metallic self, rendering himself useless. The next experiment, 626, or formerly known as Stitch, has a strange weakness of water. Just like Cyborg, except he will drown instead of rusting due to his great molecular density. His room will pour water on him each time he tries to escape and will drain when the struggle is over. The walls are made of titanium reinforced with lead and graphene, which is a flexible, strong material to withstand enormous blows. The third experiment, 502, or Yang, has a weakness of anti-heat foam, or halon, a substance made of bromine, chlorine, and hydrogen used in fire extinguishers to put out liquid-based fire, which can incapacitate Yang and lead him to be defenseless. With this said, his room will consist of ice straight from the planet of the containment center, which will have dispensers to spit out anti-heat foam to weaken and disable him. The fourth experiment, 523, or Slushy, has the weakness of fire. Slushy hates fire, which causes him to melt. His ice powers are weakened if it is even warmer than freezing. Following this, his room will consist of metal, which will conduct the right amount of heat as needed to make Slushy harmless. The fifth experiment, 344, with the name of Dupe, has the weakness of awakening himself. Despite Dupe's ability to generate clones, all of the original traits such as strength, power, and even calories will be divided between the clones, making the original very weak, and resulting in the original and clones having less of everything. Using this, his room is very large and will display loud music and horror movies, which will panic him to clone himself and will trap each individual clone then into a steel and titanium room reinforced with graphene to withstand any escape attempts made. The sixth experiment, 276, or Remy, has a weakness of happiness due to his nightmare-inducing abilities. Any host of his will be rendered free if any happy thought is displayed. His room will consist of nobody in it, a one-way window, and a movie theater screen in which will display a happy face or even a happy thought to him if someone happens to be infected. For the seventh and final experiment, 221, Sparky has the weakness of non-conductive objects which he cannot pass through. His room will have wood as an inner layer, rubber as the next, and marble as the third, along with glass in the front to view any tricky attempts. A pool of water can be used for capturing Sparky. Not only this, but the water will be moved by the room monitor to move Sparky where he needs to go.
for the applause, applause.